Okay, if there's one thing I always wanted to ask about the Arsenal fan base is why are they always fighting each other? Of all the other fan bases I've seen in football, the Arsenal ones fight each other the most. We'll start off with this one. Arsenal fans fighting each other in the stands during Manchester United. This was during a friendly, and they were fighting each other. But the main reason why I'm doing this is because of the recent fallout with Lee Garner and Jez. Yeah, these are two Arsenal fans. Yeah, I do watch some of the Arsenal content creators because it's funny, and I usually watch them a lot when they are losing because it's very funny to watch their meltdowns. Yeah, things like that. So Lee wants to call me out, and then I don't like. Yeah, so Jez and Lee Ghana are fighting each other for reasons we maybe will better know in future. It's weird because they're always fighting each other. And funny enough, a long time ago, Arsenal wasn't like this. In fact, there's another one that there's another Arsenal channel that promotes a lot of conflict among their own supporters. Who's this one? Dan Potts, the 12th. Yeah. Before we go, like this guy, almost all of his most popular videos, clash, biggest clash. Okay, that's something else. Red-handed. Igao asks these two, they're fighting each other. Ligana, 25 receipts on Igao. Huge kickoff. Ligana versus Igao. Again, heated. Lee Ghana versus Igao. Huge panel argument over Teta. Explosive row. Arsenal they are fighting each other. This was who's this guy? This is Yardman and this is Lee Ghana. Then there's Igao and at Igao and Lee Ghana fighting each other again. Again, explosive clash. Popcorn time. They're fighting each other. Northside and Igao. Most heated clash. Biggest clash. They're fighting each other. Lee Ghana and Igao again. It all kicks off. Lee Ghana and Igao, they are always fighting each other because yes, you might say that it like there's no way you most of your most weird videos are people fighting each other and all of you claim to be Arsenal fans. One thing I've noticed about Arsenal and their fans is that all of them are trying to prove that they're the biggest Arsenal supporter. No, I support Arsenal, but most of them don't realize that if you really are the biggest Arsenal supporter, you shouldn't be afraid to critique your club. Because almost everyone there, like they really do like Ateta, but let's be honest, he's not one of the best managers in the world. Yes, he's developed them, but to me, he's no better than Maurizio Pochettino. Reason why I say that is because Maurizio Pochettino had a smaller budget. If you gave Maurizio Pochettino the budget that the Arsenal have given Ateta, he would have accomplished more. And besides, he's done FA Cup final. You look at World Cup final. I'm not sure FA Cup finals. He's lost them. He's taken Spurs into deep runs into the cup games. Don't forget, he's managed the Champions League final. He's done a lot for that club. And then, funny enough, when they lost that Champions League final, you'd think as if Tottenham would boost the attack. They didn't really do that. Instead, they binned off the manager. All right, let's continue. Because once again, this guy did an emergency stream. And the thing about League Ghana is his streams, sometimes they are 5 hours, 6 hours. There was one stream he did 12 hours. So this one, he's calling out Jez, his long time Arsenal buddy, because they usually they used to do content together. So every time a match is played, he will have them on stream. He will do a match reaction with them, but the problem is that he talks over them. And then, as Jez has exposed, he has a drinking problem, and it seems as if he's addicted to coke. The one thing I never understood was why he always, because one thing he always repeats himself a lot. And then there was also that point in time where he had a beef with this guy DT, another Arsenal fan, two Arsenal fans fighting each other. What a surprise! And then he kept on repeating the same thing over and over again. No, my brother, I'll call my brother to beat you up. Mind you, his brother just saved time. He was in prison. And then you want your brother to go and fight someone. So he goes back to prison. Do you really like your brother? I mean, yes, because why? Would you want your brother to go back to prison immediately just to finish off something that you started? These people are always fighting each other. And not me not lie to you. I'm a Man United fan, right? But I loved watching his streams, especially when Arsenal lose. No, meltdown. It was so funny watching them. Jez, Kenny, Matty, Southern Guna, they were fun to watch, especially when Arsenal lose. Their streams were fun. That was 24-25 season. He would let people talk. All of them were getting along. But recently, I think his addictions are getting the better of him because you can even, like in most of his streams, he usually has to go and take a piss like maybe 5 to 6 times in a stream. And the streams are usually like, no, okay, he does take a piss a lot. I'm not sure. I could be lying on the amount of times he does do it. Yeah, one of those things. And then, like with Arsenal fans, one thing I don't get is that you can agree and disagree on the same thing. It's very much possible. Because most of them keep on saying, no. Mauricio Pochettino is a better manager than him by far because of what he managed to accomplish in the little budget and the amount of, it's Spurs. He did his best. But the two things can be true at the same time, because here's the thing. Let's look at other Manchester United fan channels. This is from the United Stand. This is their most viewed videos. Have you seen? It's about them talking about the football club, not them fighting each other. See, Mason Greenwood, Goldbridge, you see, they're talking about the team or other stuff. Same thing here. They're talking about the team, Sancho, Mourinho sacked. It's not them fighting each other. Even Arsenal Fan TV, most of their most viewed videos are them. Okay, they're talking about this, but still, these are the most viewed videos. They're talking about the club. That's how a normal channel is supposed to be. You're talking about the club. But now, like Dan Potts, they always fight. It gets annoying. How are you always having meltdowns? Because with Manchester United fans, we don't. It's not like I showed you. It's not common for them to fight each other and do all those things. No. And like I said, two things can be true at the same time. Do I believe Sir Alex Ferguson is the best manager of all time? Yes, I fully believe that, and it will take a lot of convincing to tell me otherwise. Do I also believe Sir Alex Ferguson sabotaged the club by employing David Moyes as a manager or making David Moyes the man to replace him? Yes, he sabotaged the club by doing that, because think of it. How do you make sure your legacy is remembered? Because eventually someone will take the club to higher and higher heights. Yes, they did have Sir Alex Ferguson was good, but there were also some dark moments there. But you know what you do? You bring the level down so bad that people remember you even more, because they'll be like, hey, Sir Alex Ferguson did all these things. That's how I think that's what was going through his head. And some of you will be like, no, Sir Alex Ferguson is the best, because he wanted David Moyes to be manager of Manchester United. And let me just show you a few things. Before David Moyes joined Manchester United, these were his major accomplishments. 3-time League Managers Association Manager of the Year, Champions League qualification, FA Cup runners-up, long-term transformation of Everton. Let me show you some more of his major accomplishments before he reached Manchester United. Preston North End promotion, Premier League Manager of the Month. Everton records 172 wins out of 425 games. Longevity. These are his major accomplishments before he joined Man United. And then these are Sir Alex Ferguson's records before joining Manchester United. He broke the Celtic Rangers monopoly, winning 3 Scottish League titles, 4 Scottish Cups, and the 1983 European Cup Winners' Cup, while also winning the Scottish League trophies. That's what he brought. That's what he won. Scottish Premiership, 3. Scottish Cup, look at that. I think, is that 3 in a row? Probably. Scottish League Cup, UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. He beat Real Madrid he beat Real Madrid, imagine. And UEFA Super Cup. He won trophies, and he decided to bring someone that had no trophies. His achievements were manager of the month, not disrespect to David Moyes, but to come to Manchester United with those particular statistics, it was bound to fail. Let's move on. And it's not even that. How would you want someone you beat all the time to be the person that comes to take over your club? Because look at this. David Moyes versus Alex Ferguson. Ferguson has won 17. Moyes has only won 3 and 4 draws. That's the guy he wanted to take over you. No, I fully believe Sir Alex Ferguson, he sabotaged them so that he made sure that this guy brings the levels down. Not only did David Moyes bring the levels down, he got rid of all of Sir Alex Ferguson's guys so that he would be the main man there, but he removed all the experienced veterans there, and then now he was stuck. And then you brought someone that had a, what do you call that? Yeah, he was an underdog. And then now you're at Manchester United, you're not an underdog anymore. You're expected to win. So that's a different mentality all over. And yes, some United fans can agree with me, but we can have that conversation in a respectful manner. But like I was saying, the Arsenal fans, why are you always fighting each other? Yeah, back to this. So he's going after Jez again. And funny enough, a long time ago when Arsenal was bad, they always used to fight the club. But now that it's better, they're fighting each other. And for me, Arteta is not better than Wenger. Because everyone says, no, Arteta, he's taken us up. Arteta did not have the constraint of Arsenal Football Club building a stadium and the budget going mainly to the stadium instead of the players. Give Wenger Arteta's budget, he gets you trophies. That's one thing I can guarantee you for sure. And yes, you would say he won the FA Cup, but he did not win it himself. He got the team from somewhere and pushed on with it. Unai Emery also contributed majorly to that. But as to say, why do these guys always fight each other? Would have gone on for much longer, but I will not waste so much time talking about Arsenal. It's fun to watch, but sometimes it just gets embarrassing. Arsenal fans, why?